Good morning. Another one for the week. We'll do again tonight as well. I thought I had a long list, but after a full day of pumping out messages to people, it's getting pretty short. I'm like, wow, I need to refill this list and keep up the conversations. And response rate, yeah, 2 out of 80 so far. Pretty good, right? We'll keep that up. And so on that topic, I just been, also sourcing socials, messaging people there, just kind of inserting myself into conversations about Bitcoin, Bitcoin lending, and things like that. And it's crazy all the stuff that hit your timeline. Like you don't even follow certain accounts, and they just keep showing up to distract you. I've been actively blocking them to get a better experience. Yet I came across a new one today. It's this lady was saying that just because you don't give up doesn't mean you're going to succeed. I was like, what? Quick visceral reaction to that. But then also, it's like, it's kind of true. It's all with these statements. There's always like a counter statement. But with this, I was thinking, right, you don't give up, but also you don't stop experimenting. You got to keep continuing to try new things. Um, then you succeed. And another topic this leads me to, I mentioned like mini stressors yesterday. So it's actually when I was in Dubai. I don't know. I was driving so safe, but apparently I crossed the red light, and that's 1,000 dirham plus another 3,000 for in lieu of the car being impounded because it was a rental, obviously. Anyway, I don't know. I don't even know how I got it. I am trying to get to the bottom of this, and if anyone's gone through this before, please let me know. Uh, it's an insane number, so we'll deal with that. And I found it's important to just, I don't know, it's like people will say this, I've said this, and I continue to experience it. The days that I don't do it are always, there's nothing objectively wrong or different with those days, but the days that I don't, like, if I skip the gym or skip a shower or don't eat right or just don't get outside, like, uh, uh, the mind creates your day. It creates a bad day. Though there's nothing objectively bad about it. So, gonna keep doing that. And more about the mind is I have an event later today that I don't want to go to. It's like, why are we going to that event? Blah 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 blah. So we're just gonna use our usual habit stacking and go to that event anyway. We're not going to the event. See, we're not going to the event. We're going to just get some fresh air. We're gonna go on a drive, and the event just happens to be along the way. Um, yeah, self Jedi mind tricks. And I'm just gonna totally different topic again, but Bitcoin. So I've been trying to get into Bitcoin conversations, hence the social media, hence these outreaches, and the fatigue that comes from it. And one thing that keeps coming to me is like they're like, oh, it's a speculative space. Like, as much as people say buy, hold, and they live through the bear markets. Everybody does obviously want to see number go up. In fact, people have explicitly said that number go up is the number one way to orange pill or onboard um, new Bitcoiners. I want to disagree, but I think they might. I might actually start conceding that that's right. Number go up is the number one thing that keeps attracting and bringing people, which leads to other phrases that people say of like, people, you get Bitcoin at the price you deserve, right? Um, which brings me to the topic of institutions. And okay, so we're at like 103K, right? What's the path or track to 1 million? And I mentioned there's going to be conflicts along the way, different things that we still got to figure out as this scales up, especially if people want to use it as money. um, I'm still of the opinion that it's not money. It's not there yet. It's still very much a commodity and behaves that way too. Um, but that is the goal. That's the path that we're headed towards, and we're not going to get there without institutional participation, like really nation state level too, right? And I think that's why there's such a push for it to happen, for strategic reserves and stuff like that to happen. And they're getting approved slowly, surely, one by one, city by city, company by company. And they're also being declined city by city, company by company. And for those that do get approved as well, I really don't imagine it's going to be um, all in like one big chunk. It's like, oh, everyone's gonna just pile in. It doesn't make sense for institutions and smart money to pile in. It's going to be a longer, slower bull market, like, which I think is good, honestly. I think that's even better for a number to go up and attracting more people to come on in. But I think the fact of the matter is just that, look, when it comes to nation states or even companies, they are all about cash flow. We've been that's just how it is. We have ongoing expenses and ongoing revenues to support that. People say it's a fiat. It's a nature of fiat, like the whole monthly payments thing. And sure, it might be. But fiat is also just a reflection of how we live and operate. Even if you don't go month to month, I think people, like, we have seasons. The world operates very seasonally. You are going to have like time as a construct or concept, and you have to live over time. Even life stages or life seasons, right? You're young, adult, old, things like that. All the stages in between, and your little mini crises along the way. So all that to say that we're really moving towards a cash flow world. Um, Bitcoin buy and hold obviously is going to be the play. It's going to be very hard to beat Bitcoin still, and we're not we're not going to see like just sudden pileups of new capital that shoots up the price crazy high. In fact, if you look at the charts from the past cycles, every cycle it's kind of it's a bit more dampened. It still goes up, but it's still more dampened, and I think that's what's going to happen here. We're going to see regular cash flows kind of coming in quietly, slowly building, unless you're really looking for like a publicity stunt or attract attention and stuff. It doesn't make sense for you to buy all at once because they're just going to shoot the price up against you. Um, Miners generate Bitcoin over time. Um, Oil gets pumped out of the ground over time. Um, Tax revenues get collected over time. So all of these things happen over time, and I think we should really be expecting that. So real world assets, stablecoins, cash flows are really part of, I think, that onboarding process. Like, let's just say, I mean, tax revenues is a tough one, but let's just say you bring tax revenues on chain. Now you have a very easy way for government to just go, oh, we've collected these taxes. I mean, in fiat or whatever, and now it's very easy for us to allocate it to accumulating Bitcoin or allocating it to a fund. You can do all of these through just regular institutions. I think the only the only real thing, the only real difference, the only real distinction between doing it through ETFs or centralized institutions, right, and on chain is all about custody and incentives, the right collateral, the right um, systems that can give you swift justice and punish illegal activity. The missing item for full-on adoption of on-chain tools, though, is tax sheltering. Tax sheltering bankable assets is what's keeping from institutional full embracing of on-chain activity. Thank you.